Hello and welcome to another episode of Dweebz in Japanese. This is your host, Khalil. Hello?
You said this is your host. What's funny too is that when you got closer to your mic, it wasn't actually louder. I think it's because you were like gradually modulating your voice to make it quieter as you approach the mic.
This is one of your hosts.
This is ASMR Japanese.
Feel that buzz.
これから日本語しか話せないので、ちょっとご安心してください。
Hey,
Okay,
what's your name over there?
Oh, my name is Patrick. Thank you for joining us today on this beautiful Japanese language education adventure. And today this is the first episode of the podcast where we have just watched Death Note, and the first episode of Death Note. And I know there's going to be a lot of people who are watching along with us who like Death Note, and so I hope you're happy. We're doing this for you.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy.
I only watched a little bit of it in the past, and I was just kind of like, but that was years ago. So I'm going into it with an open mind. I know a lot of people like it, and I'm also going to make fun of it the entire time. So that's going to be fun too. Just be warned if you're really like serious about it. I'm not going to make fun of it. Yeah. So what did you think about that episode? The first episode. I guess it was sort of straightforward.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't think there's too many questions I have. All I can say is, he's a pretty edgy dude. Is he in high school or something?
I think he was in high school.
He was like in two different buildings.
I think it was in high school, yeah. And the whole, the only class that it shows him in is the English class. And then the Death God also explained why the book is in English is because in the world, like, English is one of the most popular languages that people speak minus Chinese because of the sheer amount of Chinese people. But English
in the death world or in
no, he's just saying in the world. He's just saying in the world, English is one of the most popular languages amongst human beings. So
so he made it in English.
He made it in English. But yeah, the reason they made the Death Gods made that, or he made that book, is because he was bored. All the Death Gods just like sit around, take naps, and do nothing
to do,
and just chat. So yeah, I mean, that episode was sort of just setting up the premise of what the show is. I think people already knew just from reading the description how it was going to happen. But there's a couple of notes too, like if he doesn't write how they're going to die, then they just die of a heart attack, and then it becomes sort of natural, and there's no like finger pointing or blaming or whatever. Like he's always going to be innocent no matter what he writes, right? I guess I wonder if in the future if like a cop or somebody reads the notebook and then everything is like exactly how it happened, then he might get in trouble, right? Because that would be really strange.
Would be strange.
But also, what's interesting is that I don't know if other people can read what he wrote, because the Death God was saying, Ryuku, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
He was saying that if another person gets the notebook, then everything that you wrote disappears. So they can't. I don't think they can even read it.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I guess that's why it was blank when he had it, huh?
Yeah. Minus the instructions or whatever.
Yeah.
That's super. So it's like
there's all these rules we're gonna have to keep
all these
track
rules.
of.
There's not too many, honestly. The whole concept.
There's
really
more though. They're
interesting.
gonna keep adding rules.
Oh no.
So it's gonna be like a little if then.
Oh, because and then like lots of explaining, especially near the end.
Yeah, I feel like
there's a lot of shows like that.
Of explaining in this one,
there's a lot of explaining shows like that. Like even Darker Than Black was some of that too. There's a lot of expository, like this happens and this is why, and then everyone's like, oh okay, and then we're like, what? None of this makes sense. So they just try to explain it all away. But it doesn't matter. It's action show. It's adventure. It's a lot of like writing vigorously. We're gonna enjoy it together. All right, Khalil.
We sure will.
What are your wall of shame words this week? Let me go ahead and share.
We'll zoom past this because I think ours are both the same.
Zoom.
Oh no.
We're using Zoom to talk right now. Sorry.
So funny, Pat. You were the funniest part.
So funny.
So funny. And we got 2 again. 70 what is it? Meaning and 73 reading. I haven't seen him in a bit.
2. It's getting more even. At least
is attached to me, just like you said last week.
Yeah.
And then the next one, I can do this now, 100%. Meaning it's to count or like number. I think number is better, right? So,
number count.
Yeah.
Of things, counts of grains of rice. The woman is counting grains of rice in the winter.
Yeah, and you like sue her or something, and then she pleads her kazoo or something. Kazu,
yeah. Kazu. Cool.
All right, what do you got?
I got the same ones too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hinge and Shine. Kagayaku. This is never gonna change. This is gonna be there until I'm level 65. I'm currently level 58. So I have 2 more levels to go. I'm taking my sweet old time because I'm a little bit sad about it. Well, not really that. I'm just kind of busy. Yeah. I do my reviews. I try to do at least 5 lessons a day. It's just once you're at level 58, things just take a long time. Because there's a lot of reviews that come back from like 5 levels back or 10 levels back. Maybe not 10 levels back, but 5 levels back. They just come up and then they make my reviews like 150 or 170 or something. I think you honestly experienced that in the beginning too. It's just like a constant stream of reviews. Yeah,
there's a lot.
Yeah,
until you start burning them or whatever.
Yeah, which I've been doing recently too, burning a bunch of old stuff. So good. Yeah, I'm curious to see like if I went back and then redid a bunch of levels, say level 5 through 10 through 15, if I would even remember half of the stuff. I feel like for the common things that I see every day, I would obviously. But for the Wanikani like dictionary words, I probably wouldn't. It's interesting to think about. All right, Khalil, you got a bunch of recent words. I don't. These are weird. So mamono, I know.
These are words.
Zugoshitsu, I don't even know what that is. A map. Like a designing room, a map room, cartography room. Then Fukuro, like I know what that is. I love the Fukuro kanji, by the way. It's great because it makes it makes a lot of sense. It does. Even just the shape of the kanji makes a lot of sense, and he'll explain it. But yofukashi, I don't even know what that is either. Yofukashi. So you gotta explain.
Yeah.
So the only one I know I think is Mamono and Fukuro.
Mamono. So Mamono, the top one is it's like a witch monster thing. So it's like evil spirit kind of thing, a demon, right?
So ba is like witch or like witchcraft type of thing, and then mono is just thing, but it can also mean monster. Like bakemono.
It's like a vague bad thing.
Witchy crafty thingy-majig.
Yeah, I think I found that. I was watching like a video on Nier, and that's apparently what they call the shades in Japanese.
Shades.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Oh, Nier and yeah. Okay, yeah. I see.
So I thought that was interesting.
Mamono, it's sort of like just a blanket,
it's like a really general
monster, like a witchcrafty monster. I think there's Mamono in Breath of the Wild too, because my Switch is in Japanese, so when I'm playing Breath of the Wild, there's a lot of these words that come up.
I should do that too.
It's a hefty undertaking for sure. There's just a lot of text in that game.
Yeah, there is.
And it's so
crazy.
Know what you're getting into.
It's probably a lot of fantasy stuff too.
It's a lot of lots of fantasy stuff. But you learn words like hiro, like to pick up something. And then a bunch of words for tokage, like lizard, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would recommend trying it at least.
Yeah, it seems interesting. Okay, next is a Suko Shitsu. It's like so the first kanji is like map, or is that diagram?
Like diagram.
Yeah. Diagram.
Yeah.
construction. Oh yeah, okay. Construction and room. So it's kind of like not exactly a drafting room, but like a drawing room or like a room where you draw basically.
Yeah.
Although Zoom
like a architect's room, designing room, something.
Right. I think it's a little. Yeah, it's like kind of like a vague. Like you do that kind of stuff in it. You know.
The Japanese like their papers, so I don't know if we even have a word for that in English. Like
paper.
A designer. No idea.
Like in English, we would like differentiate them. We'd say like art room or like drafting room or.
Yeah, like this is my drafting room. This is my sketch room.
Yeah, like it's specialized somehow.
This is my artsy room. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. Next, Fukuro owl. It's cool because it's like a bird on top of a tree.
On a tree. Isn't that awesome? Go in
trees. It's insane.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And it's like sitting on top of it too, like the top, like an owl would do. I like it a lot.
On the tippy top. Also, just a side thing, when I was looking at this kanji, for like certain specific owls, I think it was barn owl. It was like, I think it was the kanji added to it was like east or something. So it was like east owl or west owl or something like that.
Oh, west owl maybe.
West owl. I guess that would make sense.
Fukuro. Maybe like a western owl. Let me try that. Nishi Fukuro.
Oh, or sorry, I got it confused with the kanji for west. It's actually surface. So like
men.
Men, yeah, men hukuro. So like, did you know how they have those little? I think they the owls with the cones on their face.
Hukuro, yeah. They have the
They have like the satellite face.
Yes.
That's the barn owl, right?
Yes. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. And then last one is yofukashi. That's like so the first kanji is night. I don't know the second one. What is it, Patrick?
Again. Or it's in no, is that the one in Katai? There's one that's really similar. I think it's a sara, which is like again.
Okay.
So sarani, for example, is like furthermore, again, after all. That's really common in like formal speak when you're talking. So sara. I think the onyomi is ko for that one.
I think I'm actually on I think I'm gonna be learning that one at my current level.
Okay.
Anyway,
it also means so there's a bunch of meanings for that. The sarani is really, really common. You see that all the time. Basically, just means again. But the kanji itself like means new.
New.
Yeah, like new, and so I would say kashi. I'm not really sure, but yofukashi would be like a blue moon. I don't know, like a new night. I have no idea. What does that mean?
Yeah, the dictionary definition is like it's like a noun for staying up late. So like someone who stays up late or something, or nighthawk, which I don't know if that means the animal or is that another way to say night owl. That confuses me.
No, I think nighthawk is just an English way to say somebody who stays up late, but it's not really common. Like we don't really say that.
Normally maybe somebody say night owl. Yeah,
night owl people say all the time, but nighthawk might be something in. I don't know.
Else.
In England, I don't know.
But yeah, those are my words for this week.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at fukashi. It's yofukashi, right? I don't see fukashi. That in fukashi. I thought that may be a different word, but I don't see it. So yofu, I don't know what kashi is. I don't know where that comes from. The etymology of that.
I don't know either. It's like it seems like a weird kind of special case word.
Let me look this up. Fukasu. Oh, I see. To sit up late. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Fukasu. So yofukasu, sit up late at night.
At night.
All right, so I got a couple. So these are pretty simple. So shoboi means basically dull. Let me try to think of
Dull? Like
yeah, shoboi.
showboy.
Shoboi. Let me find a couple like shabby, dull, gloomy.
Okay.
So
Oh.
that dude's, I don't even remember the main character of Death Note. His outlook on life is very showboy.
Showboy.
It's very dull, gloomy. I guess he's excited now that he can kill people, but other than that
The only
angsty side
joy
to
he
him,
gets.
he's very not very
Yeah.
everything's dark. The next word is tebanashi. So te is hand, right? Hanashi or hanasu means to let go. So tebanashi means like without hands. So tebanashi de 自転車を乗る. Like I'm gonna ride my bike with no handlebars. The next word is useru, which means this one's actually new to me. There's another word ushinao, which uses the same kanji and it means to lose.
Oh yeah.
Useru means to disappear or to fade away or to die.
Whoa.
I think that he was talking about, this is from Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no. No, this is from the manga that we're going to be reading in a quick minute.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
So that's a fantastic transition into the manga that we're going to be reading. But yes, it means to disappear or to die.
And it's like the last time where you had a list of like really sad words and they all came from the comic, from the manga.
Yes.
The imagination's going wild now.
Yes. Here we go. So Pasteru Kazoku, another week of this beautiful manga. And she seems very I don't know, sad. She's frowning.
Sad. Frown face. Very
So I wonder why she's
disinterested
sad. Let's get started. Mezamashi toke. So mezamashi is like waking up, and then toke is alarm clock. So alarm clock.
looking.
Yeah. Bachang. Yeah, thank you for reading that for me. Oh, sorry, that's is it yeah. Bachang. Gong.
She did it.
So she hurt her hand, hitting it really hard. 不健康症状.
ケイちゃん、朝ごはんちゃんと食べてる?
So she's got the weird hamster face again. 朝は食欲ない. 夜はやったらお腹減るのに、一旦寝ると食欲失せるんだよな. So 失せる is again like disappear. So 食欲 is appetite. Sorry, right here. 食欲 is appetite. So 夜はやったらお腹減るのに、一旦寝ると食欲失せるんだよな. So if I do it at night, if I eat, then I get hungry, but if I'm sleeping, then my appetite disappears, is what she's saying. そうなんじゃ、授業中にお腹なっちゃうよ. So she's gonna get hungry when she's taking class. 授業中 is like in the middle of class. If you're gonna do that, そうなんじゃ, with that type of, with doing that, you're gonna get hungry during class. でも外国のシャレに朝食とかは so 朝食 is like, or 朝食 maybe is, asa is morning, and then shoku is like food, right? Eating. So choshoku is the onyomi for asa, so it just basically means breakfast. So gaikoku is like foreigner breakfast, right? I don't know what this kanji. I think I know what it means. Medarareru. Let me look at that. Medarareru. Nope. I'm not sure what that kanji is. Yeah.
Oh, a new one.
Yeah, it looks like pupil. There's one that like hitomi.
Pupil.
Hitomi. If you look up hitomi, it's really close to pupil, but it's not pupil. It has the fish stick on the side, and then the same right side of hitomi. I'm not sure what that means, but basically she's saying that she likes the idea of the
Like the foreign
breakfast. Yeah.
Got the coffee, the orange juice, your fried eggs.
Yes, exactly.
Like
and then I forgot her name. So her name's Kate-chan. And then what's her name?
Mayo, I think.
No.
Mayo.
Mayo. Thank you. いいよね、あれ。目玉焼きとベーコンがシュワーっと焼かれて。She's like pretending that she's eating it right now. お腹なってるぞ。Good. She's hungry.
Yeah.
It's making me hungry.
I know, me too. I need a Gaikoku breakfast.
Gaikoku breakfast? Me Gaikoku人. I need a Gaikoku breakfast. Nice. Nice way to slide one in there. 明日のご飯は今日の敵, right? Or I think that's what it means. チラシ? One second. Teki is a little bit different. No, yeah, not teki. Not teki. Is that teki? Yes, it's teki. I was right. Haha. Sometimes the font throws me off. 明日のご飯は今日の敵. So tomorrow's food is the enemy of today.
Whoa.
Basically what that means.
Deep.
It's really deep. 私は朝はコーヒーで十分だよ。でも朝ごはん食べないと太りやすくなるよ。そうか。じゃあ明日から無理して食べる。So 無理して means like she doesn't really want to eat, but 無理して she's gonna basically how do you explain this? 無理して is like 無理する means to go against your will, like go against the natural order. Like 無理して. So 無理しないで if somebody says that to you, like 無理しないで like don't do it if it's too hard for you, or don't do it if it doesn't make sense. That's basically what it means.
I see.
So don't do it against your will. Don't do it against the grain if it's not easy. Like 無理しないで. But so she says 明日から無理して食べる. Like I'm gonna, even though I'm not hungry, I'm gonna eat breakfast. ドーナツなら食欲なくても、ドーナツなら食欲なくても食べられそう. So she's gonna eat breakfast in the morning. She's gonna eat donuts in the morning because even if she's not hungry, she can eat it. Yoru. She's looking at the donuts. マヨのせいで太った気がする。なんで？歴史修正. I don't know what 修正 means. So 修 means like discipline. 正 means correct. So I don't know. 歴史修正 or 修正. But 正 has a bunch of different meanings. Let me do 修正. Amendment, correction, revision. I have a feeling I actually learned this back to my conversation about Wanikani and learning a word Wanikani like years ago. Probably learned this in Wanikani, but I haven't used it since. Yep.
Yeah.
So a correction of history.
Oh.
Kei-chan, 今日うちに泊まってて. Is that Mayo talking? Am I have to?
Yeah.
It is. Let me go ahead and say that again. ケイちゃん、今日うちに泊まってて。わかった。おい、マヨ。俺の携帯知らな。He's like half naked. ヒュン She's all embarrassed. おい、マヨ、俺の携帯知らないか？なかったことにした。歴史修正全力。So trying to correct history again. So he's くそ不覚だった。It's like uncomfortable. This dude. 親父、今マヨの部屋に This is his wait. Oh,
Wait.
親父、お前の部屋に。あっちゃ、俺、親父に行ったわ。Well, let me read this again. あっちゃ、俺親父にだわ。Oh, so this guy. I'm very confused here. So this is his dad, right? Oyaji.
Was he trying to warn him about?
No, but he did this. His dad did the exact same thing that he did. So he just changed into clothes really quickly, and then now he doesn't look like his dad. So I don't know. That was weird. It's a very comic thing. It's hard to explain. It's supposed to be funny, but whatever. 一人暮らしイコール is like equal. It's Japanese English. It's weird.
Oh.
Yeah. ケイちゃんは一人で暮らしてるから大変なんだよ。ケイちゃんは一人で暮らしてるから大変なんだよ。いただきます。あら、そうなの？Sorry, あら was kind of a manly way to say that. あら、そうなの？お腹が空いたらいつでもうちに来ていいからね。私たちはケイちゃんの味方だったからね。So, 味方 is like ally. We're here to support you. どうも。私のことを本当のままだと思っていいからね。こんなに若いのに。いや、両親生きていますよ。Both my parents are living. She's like crying about it. She's getting all emotional thinking that she doesn't have parents. She's so surprised. あら、そうだったの？ごめんね。ハヤトチリ。I think that's what it means. ハヤトチリですね。So that's something that I don't really know. ハヤトチリ。Oh, jumping to the wrong conclusion. That's a good word. Man, I should have wrote that down.
Is a good word.
Hayatochiri. So jumping to the wrong conclusion. I wish we had a word like that in English. I guess jumping to the wrong conclusion is the way you say that. Okay, so we continue this next time. We're almost finished, but we'll save the rest for later. Let's end this episode with some recommendations for tools in podcasting content and things that you want to talk about. So there's a couple of things that I had down here. Then you had something at the bottom. I'll just quickly explain the things that I wrote. Dweebz Japan is basically it's more like Hulu than Netflix. There's a bunch of shows on it that are regular TV shows and some newer stuff, but they're not like special shows or anything for the platform. It's just shows that already existed that they're putting onto like a streaming platform. It's called Dweebz. If you search on the App Store or whatever for Dweebz Japan, I think it's a subscription service. It's pretty cheap though, and they have a bunch of Japanese TV shows and like comedians and a bunch of dramas and stuff like that. That has I think they have even English subtitles too, which is nice if you really need that help. But they also have Japanese subtitles, which is
nice.
At least maybe they don't actually. No, they don't have Japanese subtitles. Sorry. I was thinking of Netflix. Good. Netflix has subtitles for everything, which is really nice, but they have a very limited selection when it comes to Japanese stuff. So, Dweebz Japan, if you're wanting to get some listening practice done, me and Judy, we've been watching this. She's watched it ever since she's grown up. But there's this show called Before After where they take like old houses and then they renovate them, and so they go into the story of like the people's house. And then they're a family. It's like this happens. There's so many episodes where it's like a couple who's newly married. They're having a kid, and then their like stepmom lives with them or something like that. So they have to make the house work for all of them and their new child. And it's usually like a 200-year-old house or more. And so they have to and it's like in a really 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 crowded, dense urban area. And so they have to take that house and then renovate it for all these people with limited space. There's one episode where they have like a family of 8 or something, and they have to take one of these really small houses and renovate for them. So really interesting. That show is called Before After. Whoa, this is completely spelled wrong. Hardcore History.
Hard code.
Yeah, Hardcore History is related to Japan. So I just finished this really long audiobook about the history of the last World War, World War II, in Japan. There's nothing related to like Japanese learning. It's all in English, but I recommend it. It's really good, interesting podcast. I guess not really the best for learning Japanese. He does say like a couple of this is Dan Carlin. He does mention a couple of Japanese words, but obviously he's not very knowledgeable about the Japanese or the language at all. So if you're just interested in it, it has nothing to do with the Japanese learning. Probably shouldn't have even written it here, but it was really good. I recommend it. As some sort of light.
It covers a good chunk of Japanese history, right? I mean,
well, not like if you consider Japanese history to be 2,000 years old or more, then it's very small blip. But it's very interesting to like.
But it's in depth too.
Western
is what
listeners.
It seems to be, right?
Yeah, it is. It's super in depth. It's really interesting. There's a lot of obviously like undertones and stuff that are explained with the way the Japanese government used to work, and then like the different political pressures and stuff. Then how Japanese people also like see the emperor, stuff like that. At least how they used to. How many people did like in the wartime propaganda and stuff. It was just really interesting as like sort of a cultural story, but it's really dark. So I mean, well, it's called Hardcore History. Yeah, but I recommend it. It's that is going to stick with me for a long time. So recommend it if you're interested in that. But again, it's not very like Japanese language learning. It's all English. So what do you got? Kohi Shinshi no Heya.
Yeah, /lag.
I don't know what the last part means.
He's a streamer on YouTube who does like a lot of illustrations, and it's like a lot of casual Japanese too. So I find them fun to listen to, and I like illustrating too. So this kind of thing combines two things I like, just learning Japanese and illustration. So I find it very cool. Looks like he also does games kind of sprinkled in there too. So they're longer streams. They're about an hour and a half ish.
If you want to type this, I'll include this in the description too. But this will be Kohi like this. But I think for this one it's probably Kohi.
Is that because it's?
Let me figure out how to type that. Wow, sorry. Again, if I hit back, it goes Kohi. Don't remember how to write that. I don't remember if it's Kohi. Pretty sure it's just Kohi. Whatever. It's coffee basically. It's just that they're using. See, look, it's Kohi. So it's just the kanji version of coffee.
Interesting.
And they usually use katakana to write it, but if you're going to like a kisaten, which is like an older, more traditional Japanese tea place, a tea shop,
that's what
like a cafe, they'll have this written on the menu because it's more like traditional. But if you go to Starbucks, they're not gonna have kohi. They're gonna have cafe latte or whatever, but all written in katakana. They might have like black kohi, but that won't be written in kohi with kanji. It'll be written with katakana. But anyways, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of like gamers too that I guess would be fun for a lot of people to listen to. I know that a lot of people are interested in obviously watching anime because one, the stories are interesting and like the animations, everything are interesting, and people just enjoy the show for the show. But a lot of people have become interested in learning Japanese because of anime, right? Like and then also video games.
Yeah.
So having a little bit more passive way to like absorb a lot of Japanese is great. Listening to people on podcasts and stuff like that, but also watching like YouTubers and stuff And of course, yeah, if they're doing something that you're interested in, then you'll be more engaged versus listening to, I don't know, the Genki greetings lessons. Like that is so boring. It is so boring.
Konnichiwa.
And it's so robotic. Yeah. So great. Kohi Shinshi no Heya. Kohi Shinshi no Heya. And I'll put this in the description with like a link that you could click on, and it will go to like the search to find this person. Maybe I'll just link the channel. Yeah, thanks for recommending that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Okay.
Let's end this bad boy.
You'd like to add?
No, I'm good.
That
That was it. I gotta go eat, just like Mayo. Go eat a Western breakfast, sort of.
We'll make an egg or something.
I'll make 2 eggs.
No, I'll
All
make
right.
3 eggs.
I'll make 4 eggs.
Oh my god. You
Hey,
win.
baby.
I can't go above that.
Sweet. All right.
All right.
Stay tuned
guys.
until next week. We're watching the second episode of Darker Than Black. Sorry, not Darker Than Black.
Whoa. Whoa.
Freudian slip there. We're going to be watching Death Note, new show, episode 2.
Episode 2. Yeah.
Yes, and then that's going to be coming out on Wednesdays. Right now is the schedule, Wednesdays. And stay tuned for obviously the podcast episode on Saturday morning. Bye bye. じゃあね、またね、バイバイキーン。